Cody Lampl with us today. Cody, going into his 12th year pro, 4-year Colorado College alum, played in the ECHL and AHL, and spending his 5th year in Germany for this upcoming season. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, Cody, you can introduce yourself on things I didn't touch on, and just who you are, and also I realized that you run a skills company as well in the off season.
Yeah, so I grew up in Sun Valley, Idaho. So I was born in Pittsburgh. I played 1 or 2 years of young hockey in Pittsburgh for the Mount Lebanon Hornets back in the day. I think now it's the Pittsburgh Hornets. Ended up going into 3rd grade. We packed up. Family said, "Hey, you're moving to Idaho." We're all moving to Idaho. So we drove to Winnebago across the country. Ended up in Idaho. Never even heard of it. Never knew where it was. Ended up in a small ski town where it wasn't big hockey, but all my friends were like hockey crazed. We didn't have cuts. We didn't have a team. It was just we had one team. So we played all the time growing up. We played outdoors, whatever. So played growing up. Ended up finally tried the prep school thing when I was in 8th grade. I went to Cardigan Mountain School. I tried that. Came back. It wasn't really for me. Came back the following year. Played in Sun Valley for 1 more year, and then went away and played midget AAA in Dallas when I was a junior in high school. So did that. It was great. Played in the USHL the following 2 years. Played at Colorado College, and then I've been playing. I played in the East Coast League, played the American League, and then ended up being lucky enough to come overseas in 2015, I think, and been here ever since. So that's it was kind of a windy road, but still here, and I think it's been an amazing journey, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I just remember when we used to battle against each other all the time when you were at Toledo and I was with Greenville, and would definitely see your defensive pairing a lot of times, but looking back how cool that was, and now we're able to chat online and give our advice back to the young players of what we went through.
It's great, especially when just being able to go back, and then when I see that you're now like doing what you do in skill development, I love it. Like I said, I do a thing, mountain high hockey. I got a full-time a partner who's a goalie coach. We have a little small practice sheet, or I guess it's like a training crease, and then with synthetic ice around it. We do camps in the summertime, and I just, like I said, I follow along all of what you're doing, and it's sometimes you love to play still, but you also get jealous to see how many people you get to work with and affect like during the season, and I think like that's something that tears me kind of still.
Yeah, that rewarding feeling to talk with the younger kids, and you just know how interested and excited they are to look up to professional player and guy that has been through it. All the, their dreams to play junior hockey, college hockey, or pro hockey. Your partner, Matt Zaba, business partner, Matt Zaba, he played in the BCHL back in the day. I believe right when I was around, and that he played for Vernon.
He did. Yeah. Played for Vernon. He's unbelievable guy. He's a guy that there's probably no goalie coach I've ever seen that works as hard as this guy, or wants to work with as many people at all different ages as him. So, he's a special guy. I think I don't know about what your career path or your goal is, but I think a lot of people that start in skill development, half of them don't make it because they end up wanting to fill this greater void to maybe like coach a team and care about like wins and losses and things like that. And I know I'm not like that. I truly want to work with every player, every association, every this. Like, I don't want to make decisions of who goes on the power play, who doesn't. I just want Matt is. It's unbelievable. So we have the exact same philosophy when it comes to that. And I'm pretty, fortunate that, that we were college teammates and ended up, getting back together. So.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. You've been doing that for how long now?
So we've been doing that. Yeah, so I've been doing my thing since 2012, and then we came together in 2000, maybe since 2011, and then we've been doing it together since 2014.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You've been going at it for a while. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Personally, only been going for 2.5 years, but realized, I could do it in the off season. It wasn't just a merge of careers or what I wanted to get doing, but it was, I could do that in the off season. I always wanted to, you find yourself, after you work out and skate, you got the rest of the day to do something. And sometimes you're just resting and just hanging around. But why not, make a little business of it to develop and pass on the knowledge and skills towards for these younger kids especially.
Yeah, and that's and we work with a lot of adults too, right? Like it's to see people that have a lot of passion and want to get better at things and wish they started younger. And we live in an active community where a lot of adults are just looking for exercise and want to join the B League and the co-ed B League and the B plus league and A League, and they just want to get out and do sort of things. But they're competitive people, so they're not comfortable just staying stagnant, and they want to just improve at something. So I mean, that's some of my favorite people to work with as well. But again, I think to have that mindset, it's a lot of times that you have to put a little bit of that ego aside and realize that, like, working with everyone isn't necessarily going to get you so much clout in terms of like showing off of who you're working with. And I think that's what, like, truly a lot of skill development, and you just care about the growth of the game. I mean, that's really what we care about, right? Is the growth of the game. We want people to be lifers like we are. So, I mean, I think that's our biggest focus. And within that, just, that's the void that, I'm able to at least, give back, but also that, I mean, that's just what makes me happy. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now even looking back, there's coaches, yeah, that have impacted players a lot. But these days, I mean, with what I'm seeing, in my personal opinion, is not one coach got me to how far
Yeah.
I got. It was tons of people, and it was people even outside of hockey, right? So you have tons of impact, and you just want to be that little impact on that one player as well. Or even if they have many questions, or they want you to coach them, then obviously would love to take that time to develop them and make them better. But yeah, when we talk about adults, it's even the fact that it's great that they want to learn, and you can never stop learning. And yeah, especially now that playing hockey is moving on, but like you're able to learn other things outside of the hockey world that we've lived in. But when dealing with these parents, is like when you pass on these skill drills or learning experiences, they can pass that on to their kids or their nieces, nephews, and whoever they do, right? Like, it's not just, the investment isn't that they're paying on just going to their kid. It goes to them to learn themselves, but they can pass it on to their kid of what they learned and how they learned it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, someone doesn't have to come every single day to make it worth it. Once we just want to teach it the right way. So then when they're practicing, they're not wasting their time, because a lot of these people, like, they're going to go home, they're going to practice, they're going to do things. And if you're practicing it incorrectly, or, you're working on things that, maybe aren't necessarily going to help you all that often, or maybe are only going to benefit you in a very small area, when you could be working on something that's gonna be more of a focus on for the other 90% of the time, then I think that's what you're paying for in terms of, just professionals to help out. I think it's to help. I think it's just to make your time more, just more useful.